Hey, good afternoon. I'm Cheryl Hemsoth, licensed mental health counselor, and I'm here today to talk some more about communication. Welcome. I'm live today. Had a little bit of a break here in my day, and I just wanted to say hello and welcome. And if you're new to me, who am I? I am a licensed mental health counselor. I've been in practice for over 20 years, and I work with a lot of couples. And one of the number one reasons people come into my office is that they say they have communication problems. So you're not alone, and there are certain things that people can do to help at least decrease uh, communication from going downhill to spiraling out of control to make things worse. People trouble is criticism. And I touched on that before the last time I went live. And basically, that's putting each other down, calling each other things like lazy or worthless or mean, or on and on and on. There's many things that people say. Or another one I heard today by a couple is the other one says things under their breath, in a quiet way, but they're heard by the other partner. So those are things that they're like little poison drops to a relationship. Enough of that goes on and it's going to breed resentment. So if you're doing that right now in your relationship, stop. It's only making matters worse. So it's the antidote for criticism is just saying it nicely. Talk about what you're feeling. When you're calling your spouse lazy, what's really going on with you? Where does that come from? One of the things about relationships is that, you both have a past. You both are not responsible 100% for who you are today. You didn't get there all by yourself. When you're in a relationship, all those things from that person's past come into the relationship. So part of therapy is kind of uncovering that and discovering what's there and what do you want to let go of? What do you want to hang on to because it works? So if there's anybody out there that has a question, I've got a little bit of time. Feel free to put in the chat things you're struggling with, things you want to address. These videos are beyond the scope of real serious problems in relationships like affairs, addiction, abuse. Those are things that require more in-depth work. And if you want more help with that, please give me a call. Get on to Couples Going for the Gold and schedule an appointment with me, and we can dive deep and figure out what's going on that's holding you back from the kind of relationship that you desire. All right, so number 2, the second difficult poison for communication is getting defensive. Defensiveness, blaming. So one of the things to do if you are communicating with your partner, you're both talking, there should be a listener and a speaker. If you're wearing the listener hat, your only job is to listen. Let me say that again. If you're wearing the listener hat, your only job is to listen. Almost look like you're agreeing with everything they're saying. You may not agree with what they're saying, but you are listening to understand, not to agree or disagree, but to understand. So you might want to throw in some words like, I get what you're saying. Wow, you seem pretty upset about that. Throwing in a reflection of feeling in there. The one thing you want to avoid is starting to defend before the speaker has finished talking or stating their case. So just listen. That's all you have to do. And you may even want to write down what you heard them say so that it prevents you from jumping in if you're not good at just keeping your mouth quiet and listening. And then you have a right to speak after you've repeated back what you heard them say, not your interpretation of what they said, but what they actually said. And then you have a right to speak. So those are the first 2, criticism and defensiveness. Again, I'm live here. If anybody has anything, any questions, anything they want to add to this, please put in the chat. I've got a little bit of time here. Rare moment. Yay, in my day. Okay. The next poison is contempt. This is the worst one of all. I mean, this is like one of the final nails on the coffin of a relationship. If you find that you're getting into contempt, then you really want to look at maybe you are compromising or you're turning over, giving in too much, and not being assertive in the relationship. So there are people that tend to be very passive, where they kind of agree, go we know one of them is always giving in the other. One is extremely submissive here because usually it is not conflict is not a bad thing. It's how you dialogue with the conflict is what counts and makes relationships stronger. So if you're in this where you feel like you're taking a lot of maybe criticism from your partner and you're not saying anything, you just kind of feel it, like you get sucker punched, that's going to add up, that's going to build up, and it's going to cause you to feel resentful. And then that leads to contempt. Your feelings. It hurts me when you call me lazy. It hurts me when you call me yada yada, whatever it is. So that is another big one. So speak up. If you talk about your feelings, it's okay. You do not have to apologize for how you feel. Feelings, they're your feelings. It's your reality. So if you like this content and more, please consider scheduling a breakthrough call if you are in a relationship that needs a lot of work. It doesn't have to take years of therapy to get record results. So hop on the phone and there's a link here at Couples Going for the Golds where you can reach me, and you schedule on Calendly to book a time. It's about a 45-minute to an hour call. It's free. So we're just assessing the situation to see if you could benefit from this. Consider joining the private Facebook group. That's where you're going to get a lot of content and ability to chat with others, to get feedback from others, and support. So I hope you all have a great week, and stay healthy, safe, and treat each other kindly. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.